and why it changed behind the scenes. BTS, but not the K-pop group.
Yes, let's go.
Okie dokies. Oh, that's a pretty one. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so oh my god, I didn't mine's a little longer. I should have did what you did. That was pretty smart. Like change the color of who was talking. That was smart.
I thought about that, like, where last time where we were once or twice stumbling over who was supposed to be speaking. So I wanted this time, it's like, I'm going to make sure we know exactly who's who.
Shit, well, I'm sorry. Well, we're going to stumble upon this one.
You're fine.
My bad. You know what? I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. I'll just nudge. I'll just go.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is called, it's a high kave fic. I'll hate them. And kave, if you don't know what high kave is, and it is called Lucky Misunderstanding.
Okay, which one are you going to be kave or, like, how many voices do you have?
Okay, there is I'll hate them. Kave, there is guy from
I was gonna say, I know there's the waiter,
lady, and guy from Not Tinder.
Okay.
So let me see. Let's see. Do you want to be Kave or I'll hate them? We'll start with that.
I'll hate them.
Okay, I'll be Kave. Okay, and I guess I'll be the dude from Not Tinder. And do you want to be the lady or the waiter?
I could be the lady.
Okay, could be the lady. Okay, I'll be the waiter. Okay. Okay. Y'all ready, Freddy?
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. We say you're I'll hate them, right? Okay. So, Kave sniffs and pulls out a tissue to wipe his nose. He had been waiting for his date he met on a dating website for the past 2 hours. They planned to do a little shopping before, but that wasn't going to happen anymore. It was almost time for their reservation at the fancy restaurant they agreed on, and it started to snow. Kave gave a big sigh. He thought he looked like an idiot, but maybe he'd wait an extra few minutes? There were only 3 days left until the new year, and Kave did not want to remain the single virgin he was for the past 30 years. He looked at his phone to see if there was a response from his date. Nothing. However, he did notice the red battery icon at the top right corner of his phone. 5%. Screw it, he would have dinner alone and hopefully find an outlet to charge his phone. He wasn't familiar with the area and really needed his maps. Luckily for Kave, he was seated near an outlet, and thank goodness he was. Not only did he need his phone for directions, but also for a distraction. Why in the world were there so many couples in this restaurant? He was starting to feel a bit self-conscious. He opened up the dating website to look through his supposed date's profile. Maybe Kave shouldn't have agreed to meet up with a person who wouldn't show his face. But Kave had to be honest with himself. That body was to die for. Oh yeah, by the way, FYI, this gets a little degen. I'm not. you already know this Ume's degen.
Look, we just spent 20 minutes talking about boobs. I don't think it got much. Like, we're
sorry,
fine.
guys. FYI. Don't worry, nothing explicit. I swear. Because I can't write that shit. Because I suck at writing. Anyways. He imagined the tall. Oh my goodness. He imagined the tall, lean, but muscular, athletic body going down on him. He imagined the man doing way too many inappropriate things he shouldn't be imagining at a fancy restaurant filled with hundreds of people. Oh, good evening, sir. I hope you're having a fantastic evening. What would you like to drink? Kaveh was snapped back into reality. This was so embarrassing. He almost got hot. For a moment, Kaveh's world froze. Entering the restaurant was a young, gray-haired man with the body of his dreams. He strutted in with his thick winter coat hanging from his arm. He wore an extremely tight turtleneck that displayed his magnificent physique. It was him! It had to be! There you are! Do you know how long you made me wait? I was starting to feel like an idiot. The tall man gave Kaveh a bewildered look. He stared at him for a moment, then chuckled.
I apologize. Something came up, and I didn't have time to message you.
The man took a seat across from Kaveh and looked at the waiter. Hello, sir. Anything to drink?
How did you say that?
I know, you know what? I was hella thinking. I was like Googling something fancy. I'm like, shit, I should have like Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet.
Wait, how'd you say that? I'll have Cabernet Sauvignon.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm not cultured enough for this.
Actually, oh yeah.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Actually, please get us the whole bottle. This gentleman over here needs to make it up to me. The least he could do is buy me a bottle of wine. The whole dinner, actually. The man in the turtleneck grinned.
Really now? If you say so. 1 bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon, please. And a couple of waters as well. Thank you.
After taking the orders, the waiters thanked them and walked away. He came back moments later with their drinks. There was an awkward silence between them. Kaveh didn't know if he felt angry, happy, or horny. Maybe all of the above. Kaveh crossed his arms and gave a little, Just so you know, I forgive you. I also am serious about making you pay for tonight's dinner. I'm planning on ordering the most expensive steak on the menu.
Right. I'm sorry.
The gray-haired man took a sip of his wine. So, what's your name? I'm assuming Bussy Destroyer _XXX isn't your real name. The man sprayed his wine all over Kaveh's face.
Oh, crap. Sorry.
The man grabbed his napkin gently and... sorry, I can't read. The man grabbed his napkin and gently wiped his cheek. Kaveh squinted his eyes and puffed his cheek while he wiped. How cute, the man thought.
Al-Haytham. My name is Al-Haytham. And your name?
Kaveh opened his eyes and blushed. The man was so close. Kaveh. Al-Haytham gave a smile.
Nice to meet you, Kaveh. And despite my strange username, I do consider myself a gentleman.
The rest of the time at the restaurant was pleasant. The dinner was great and they found oh my god, see, this is what I'm telling you, like the incoherence. The dinner was great and found that he and Al-Haytham had much in common. While they were in the middle of an engaging conversation, a loud thump interrupted them. The sound of breaking glass and sobbing followed right after. The two men turned their attention to the table on the other side of the room. The white sheets were stained. The white sheets were stained with wine. 2 empty bottles of wine were on the table, and a once full bottle lay broken and scattered on the floor along with the contents inside it.
I refuse to believe I've been stood up. How dare he?
A waiter tried to calm the woman down. She shoved the waiter to the floor. Moments later, the manager came in. Oh, I'll be the manager.
I was going to say,
Ma'am, you need to leave, but not before paying for your meal.
No, I refuse. Get off me, you bastard.
Moments later, the woman was escorted out. Although the woman deserved to be kicked out for her behavior, Kaveh felt a bit of sympathy for her. After all, he was almost in the same situation. Kaveh turned back to face Al-Haytham. He was looking at his phone nervously. Is everything okay? He asked.
Yeah, everything's fine. Now, what were we talking about again before the distraction?
The rest of the date went well. After Alhaitham paid the bill, they sat in silence for a few moments. He enjoyed Kave's company and thought hard to ask for his contact info. He definitely wanted to see him again, but how could he tell him? I think that's Kave, sorry.
Okay.
Alhaitham looked up and saw a blushing Kave. He lightly tugged on Alhaitham's sleeve. How could a grown man be this cute? I'm not sure if you remember that message I sent you the other day, but if you're okay with it, did you still want to join me at the hotel I booked? At that moment, something in Alhaitham broke. He quickly stood up, banged his hands on the table.
Lead the way.
When they walked into the room, there was an awkward silence. Kave wanted to lose his virginity to this man, but he didn't want to seem desperate and scare him away. It was insane luck he was able to score a delicious man like this. They also seemed to get along really well and had quite a few things in common. He'd probably never get a chance like this again. Alhaitham walked over to the bed and sat on the edge. He gestured to Kave to sit next to him. Kave did what he was told, but didn't make eye contact with Alhaitham. His heart was beating fast. Moments later, he felt an arm sneak around his shoulders. Alhaitham gently pulled him closer. Kave's head rested on his shoulder. Alhaitham broke the silence.
Is it okay if I kissed you?
Yes! Kave smacked a hand over his mouth. How embarrassing. Alhaitham probably wanted out at that very second. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound... A hand gently caressed his face. Alhaitham brought his face closer to Kave's. Their lips gently touched, and they stayed like that for quite a bit. All of a sudden, he felt something soft wiggling its way into his mouth. Is this French kissing? Kave thought to himself. He wasn't sure what to do, so he mimicked Alhaitham. As the minutes passed, the kiss started getting more intense. Kave was gently pushed down to the bed. He wrapped his arms around Alhaitham and pulled his body closer to his. He could feel himself growing hard down there, but he felt Alhaitham's hardness as well. Their lips broke apart, and they looked into each other's eyes, both filled with lust and desperation. Without thinking, Kave spoke first. I want you to take my virginity. There he goes again, saying embarrassing things. Alhaitham did not know he was a virgin. He really hoped he didn't kill the gray-haired man's boner.
I'd be honored. I'd also love for you to do the same.
Huh? Did Alhaitham not hear what he just said? Actually, did he hear Alhaitham correctly?
I'm new at this, but I'll do my best to satisfy you.
Before Kave could respond, Alhaitham's lips were back on his. Kave was caressed in places he had never been touched before. He felt a little pain at the beginning, but the rest of the night was filled with immeasurable pleasure. The next day. Kave slowly opened his eyes. He squinted because of the sunlight slipping through the hotel curtains. He felt strong but gentle arms wrapped around his body. He turned around and was greeted by a sleeping, handsome face. Kave didn't want to get up, but he felt his bladder was going to explode. When Kave wobbled back to the bed, he noticed a couple of messages from the dating app he met Alhaitham. Pussy Destroyer _XXX. Hey, sorry about last night. I thought we were meeting up next weekend. If you want, we can meet up tonight. I've been thinking about destroying that cute little pussy of yours. Wait. If these messages were sent a few minutes ago, what in the world did he lose his virginity to last night? Moments later, Alhaitham awoke slowly. He sat up and tried to reach towards Kave to caress his cheek. Kave jolted back. He faced his phone towards Alhaitham. He pointed at the screen. Alhaitham leaned towards the screen and squinted his eyes to read the small text. He widened his eyes in shock.
I can explain.
Who even are you? Alhaitham sighed and gave Kaveh a soft smile.
Before I explain myself, I want to apologize for not being upfront with you. Besides that, last night and even this morning have been genuine.
Why didn't you say anything to me earlier? Did he put you up to this? Alhaitham shook his head. Of course. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe I forgot to put the thing there. Okay. That's your turn.
Of course not.
The gray-haired man chuckled.
I was supposed to have a blind date with a woman my parents set up for me. They said because I'm in my mid-20s, I should start looking for a wife.
He sighed, but then looked at Kaveh and smiled.
But as soon as I walked in, this pretty stranger called out to me. I definitely knew you confused me with someone else, but I didn't want you to get embarrassed, so I played along.
He turned away and blushed.
I also thought you were a lot cuter than that crazy girl I was supposed to meet up with.
Wait, so that girl that caused the scene was? Alhaitham nodded.
I guess I should thank you.
Alhaitham stood up gently and pulled Kaveh to his chest.
You helped me dodge a bullet and gave me an enjoyable night. As thanks, let me treat you to a brunch date. I know a great place around here.
Kaveh hated how he couldn't resist the handsome face smiling at him. Fine, you better give me your number while you're at it.
Of course.
Kaveh felt like he was in a dream. Did all this actually happen? Did he finally lose his virginity and score a younger guy with high specs? Embarrassing himself was really in character for him, but he couldn't believe it would lead to all this. It was such a lucky misunderstanding.